we ready?
Yep.
All right. The issue I had to solve was, the issue of sustainability. Almost every aspect, every subject now is talking about sustainability. In engineering, we also have sustainable design. And to get this idea across to students sometimes looks a little bit, not that straightforward. So what I did today is try to get as many pictures as possible that will be able to give students an insight about what sustainability is or what sustainable design is. In a nutshell, sustainability has to do with using the available resources and not compromising the future generation. So we use the resources and make sure the environment is not damaged. What we put into the environment, we also take it out. And also it goes beyond that. Also probably rainfall, when rain falls, how do we get it to go straight into the soil? Development brings about a lot of problems like flooding, erosion. So sustainable design will try and bring it to the picture of removing this rainfall from the surface as quickly as possible, or to imitate natural vegetation. So one of the sustainable thing is saving the energy. No, don't roll yet. Yeah, saving the energy. If we can use less energy in heating up the rooms, we save the environment. Here, there is a design of doors. You meet the first door. When you pass, the door closes before the outside door opens. That keeps the heat inside, so you don't lose much heat. So that's why I took this picture. So that's the first door opening up. You come out. As you're coming out, that first door closes. The other outside one opens. That keeps the heat inside, saving the energy. Next one, please.
This way? The other way?
Or the other way?
Yep.
Okay, again. Yes, here we have permeable pavements. Is a set of blocks where we have gaps and openings in between them. So after rainfall, the rain goes directly into the soil as if it's a natural vegetation. That explains sustainability as well. Next one, please. This is a bridge where we also have permeable pavements. Next one, please. Here there are a set of buildings where we have buildings made of glasses instead of thick walls. So what the glasses do is it lets natural sunlight in. In fact, there's one I took, which might not be able to show you here now. That one shields insiders from the dangerous UV rays, and at the same time lets light in, and the person inside can see outside and light comes in. So it makes it more sustainable in the sense that you're not going to use much of the lightings in the room because you have sunlight coming in. So there's so many aspects. Some involve planting trees, grasses on the top of the roofs, we call green roof. So there are so many aspects of sustainable design in engineering where we can show students and give them an idea what sustainability means.
First of all, I'd just like to say how me and Vincent work together. I felt when we walked around that he's quite a relaxed and supportive character, and I felt that helped with my creativity a bit. You have somebody that's not criticising you, but promoting your thoughts. In relation to my problem, the first thing I'd like to say is I consider myself to be a social scientist, so I'm very reluctant to make generalisations about cultures. Different cultures act in a certain way. But when you tackle literature, and when I reflect back on my experience, the culture within the construction industry, because I work in the law school on construction law, the culture within the construction industry is that disputes and aggression are good things, and the way to get what you want to achieve. And what I want to get over to students is that, in fact, that aggressive and aggression and disputes actually create risk for a client, and that's not and a risk is obviously not a good thing for clients. So what I want to get over to them, after I've managed to get them to understand that perhaps, is the proactive mechanisms to mitigate the risk, if you like. in relation to the articles, I did buy an article, but I thought what would be more interesting about my article if it was free, because to understand how disputes happen, to stop them from happening, it's free. It doesn't cost anything. But I did buy one in the end, and I thought that also interesting. Maybe the artifact could be actually the visit to the museum, because it shows how the people that are directly involved with the disputes might not be the person that people that might actually be disadvantaged by the dispute. For example, in the museum there was a nurses bit, where people chopped off arms and stuff, and these people weren't involved in the war at all. They were just innocent people, and I think that we can relate that back to the construction industry in relation to risk. In the construction industry, perhaps there are people that are aggressive, there are people that take projects to disputes, but the people that end up losing out in the long run are the users, are us as taxpayers. That was my sort of thoughts. I did sort of buy this, but I deliberately didn't show it today because, well, I've shown it now, I suppose, because I wanted to show that it was free to investigate, to understand how risk occurs in relation to disputes, understand disputes. But why I brought this is because it relates to when there was war, when the bombs in the Second World War, the kids went off to the country, they put these tags on their bags. Yeah. And I thought it showed quite well that the fact that the aggressive behaviour affected these children, which were nothing to do with the war. That I just thought it was quite a good connection. I know it's a bit heavy. I think it was a bit heavy for today.
It was also nice to work with Paul. Quite understanding. We push everything together. So.
Yes.
But I think the artifact for my one is the actual visit opposed to the thing that I bought.
Thank you very much. It's interesting, isn't it, when you go into different spaces and you get ideas and you start seeing different connections.